dear students. God bless you. Well, you are underway practicing your spiritual discipline. And I just wanted to say a few things about that. And after reading through your journals, it was great. The details are awesome. I love the details. And it always amazes me how personal students are, just, you know, talking about what's going on. It's like a privilege to read. I want you to know, and I do read your words, and I find inspiration from what you're doing. Just a few things about spiritual discipline. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever go to the gym, even if you're not a gym person. I don't know, PE class in high school or something, and you get on a machine and you're like, oh, this ain't too bad, and then like that afternoon or the next day, you're like, oh. It's like you're working out these muscles you didn't know you had, or uh, or you feel like, oh, I just hate going. I'm a person who hates the gym. I hate it. I like exercise. I like going outside, but I just do not like the gym. But if I have a particular weakness, like let's say a bad hip, which I do, there are certain exercises like I have to do, to make that joint stable. But the point is, not getting perfection, but getting the exercise. And it feels like you've probably already experienced this in your life. Like all hell is against you moving forward. Like all hell is against you strengthening what's weak. The day you decide to, practice a spiritual discipline, you know, like you smash the car into the mailbox, or like the day you decide to fast, it's like someone brings a box of donuts into work. And you're just like, oh. And then you might fail. And I just like, I know that we come from different stamps of Christianity, and there is a stamp of Christianity that says something like, you should never fail. It's just like, I I subscribe to a stamp of Christianity that says uh, it's okay to fail, and not to sin with like license, but to understand that where we are weak, God reveals that He's strong. And spiritual disciplines like that. And so I don't need to read about how you crushed it. You're not going to crush it for 4 weeks straight. I, if you can provide some detail in, I was supposed to fast instead of, I'll just say it, BSing me. I'm like, oh, well, I skipped the cereal and it was an amazing insight, and blah, 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 blah. And, and not share about how you plowed into like a jar of ice cream at the end of the night, you know. I don't know if you're like me, but that's how it goes for me sometimes when I'm trying to get stronger spiritually. It's like, yeah, I was decent for 8 hours, and then after 7 p.m. there's a reckoning, and and my self control is low. Write about that too, and what you think. And I just want to assure you that the one danger of spiritual discipline and the one danger of asceticism, asceticism, which is what the early mystics they ran into, is this sense of competition, this sense of perfectionism, and this self-loathing that comes when they fail. And I think there's a little bit of, like it's okay to feel bad when you fail, but not the, like don't, crucify yourself. I mean, that job is already taken, like um, God is strong and we're weak. So just, practice these disciplines as a learning exercise, which include failing, you know, walking walking difficult trails. You're going to fall down sometimes, and don't be afraid to tell me about that. And or don't tell me, but just don't you don't have to tell me about it. I'm not necessarily looking for you to write that up, but you don't need to BS me. And then the other one is be kind to yourself. Like it's finished. Like the work on the cross is finished. This is about getting stronger, not about earning favor. I'd say another weakness of sometimes the practice of spiritual discipline in a context or a stamp of Christianity that believes that holy people do great things and holy people should do great things. Like It's like who's anointed, who has the gifts. Like, we do not do spiritual discipline to purchase the power of the Holy Spirit. And there's a bit of that in the Pentecostal world, which is like, I mean, this was told to me by someone in authority when I was in your shoes, that says, if you want the gift of healing, just stop eating. It's like, dude, you can't. Like Simon the sorcerer tried to buy the power of the Holy Spirit in Acts, and that was wrong. So we're not trying to buy the power of the Holy Spirit. We're not trying to manipulate God. We're not trying to, you know, fast fast for our healing. Maybe sometimes God might lead you in that way, but it can be kind of racked up to a payment system, and I want you to be careful of that. And then if you struggle with, perfectionism or anxiety or whatever, you can really give yourself a problem by, I failed this time. Next time I'm going to be perfect. Next time I'm even going to be more perfect. I fasted 2 days. Now I'm going to fast 4. Now I'm going to fast 8. Now I'm going to fast 12. And then some of us are in a place where we can pull that kind of thing off. But a lot of us, we're working, we're taking care of kids, and you do not have to prove your holiness. This is about just facing your weakness, exercising some muscle, learning about the grace of God, slowing yourself down, getting your body in tune with your faith, that kind of thing. And whatever you're comfortable telling me, I'm happy to read. So I just want to give you that encouragement. And I'll have more to say about the spiritual disciplines as we go. This is your whatever second week practicing. So we've got a few more weeks of this, and I look forward to reading. Okay, take care. God bless.